This is it. This is her last will and testament.
What does it say?
It's her wishes for Scout and Danny. She's named Drew as the legal guardian.
Wanted Drew to have custody of both Scout and Danny?
That's what it says.
Well, Scout, I understand, of course, but
Sam wanted to ensure that her children stayed together.
when was the last time she updated her will?
A few years ago.
While Jason was still presumed dead.
I don't even think Sam and Dante were together when this was drawn up.
Do you think it was intentional or an oversight? Her not updating the will after Jason came back?
She never said anything to me. Did she say anything to you?
Never.
We'll just have to ask Kristina. My bet is that she never thought it would be an issue.
Maybe she didn't change it on purpose.
What do you mean?
Sam and Jason have been at odds over his role in Danny's life for years, but especially since Jason's been back.
I thought things had calmed down with them.
I think Sam had real concerns over whether Jason could keep Danny safe.
Of course she did. We all did. I still do.
So, maybe Sam's will is exactly as she intended it.
Together.
But Drew will insist that Scout stay with him, so where does that leave Danny?
Danny needs to stay with his sister.
You do realize that Jason or Drew or both could fight it in court if you decide to legally force the issue of the kids staying together, right?
I'm aware.
So how far are you willing to go with this?
As far as I need to make sure that my daughter's wishes are honored.
When my little sister gets so...
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. Let's get into it, y'all. So just in the last video, I was talking about Jason and Danny's very important conversation about the whole thing with Drew. And this was very important because in this scene, so Alexis, after the funeral, so I think this at nighttime right now, Molly is with her as well. She's in Diane's office, and she's going through the boxes. Now, remember, last week, we saw a file that said Sam's will on it, right? Will and testament. And so Alexis was looking through the boxes to see if she could find it and see what Sam's wishes were, where she wanted for Danny and Scout. Because obviously, as you already know, Alexis wants to have custody of both children, right? And I agree with that decision. I stand on the side of Alexis. I don't care where y'all stand there. Y'all can stand wherever y'all want to stand. But I stand on the side of Alexis to be there, especially for Scout. And she needs to be around the Davis women. She needs to be around Molly. She needs to be around Kristina. She needs to be with them, not the Quartermains or especially Drew. We're going to get into that. So she gets the will, and she finds out what Sam wanted for Danny and Scout. And boy, oh boy, was it devastating. It was devastating, you guys. Sam wanted Drew to be the parent, if anything happened to her, to be the parent of both Scout and Danny. Oh my God. Not Drew. Not Drew. Please, not Drew. I remember when I was watching this, my heart broke for Scout and Danny, bro. I was like, oh no. But here's the thing that you guys got to remember. There's a caveat to this. This was supposedly written up a long time ago by Sam. This wasn't something that was in recent years or anything. I think this was probably like when Billy Miller was still playing Drew, right? And that was a different type of Drew back then, right? I mean, he still had his problems, but it was a different type of Drew than the Cameron Matheson Drew, right? The Cameron Matheson Drew is an asshole like Rick. So this version of Drew is not one that should be with these kids. I think when she drew it up before, this was before she even got with Dante. So this is telling you like this was a long time ago. This was, I think back then, because remember Jason was presumed dead back then too. But Sam really never really wanted Danny with Jason because of his lifestyle, right? What he does for a living. So these types of things was, I think at the time it kind of made sense, but it hasn't aged so well because Drew is definitely not suitable to be raising Danny or Scout. He's a terrible father. You know what the crazy thing about it is this, right? I don't even think he really wants to parent Scout. I think he just wants to do it just to do it. And that means the kids have to move to Washington with him. It's gonna be messed up if he's, and I think he is gonna fight for him, man. I don't think this gonna be something where he's just gonna let up. I really don't. And we know Alexis wanted him, and then Jason finds out tomorrow, so we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Jason finds out that he ain't gonna want to have Danny raised by him. Oh hell no. Molly talked about that too with Alexis, and I like what Molly did was perfect, because what she did was she kind of brought things to a reality sense for Alexis. Like, this might have been what Sam wanted, because remember, Sam did never change it either, even after Jason returned, and they had even more problems after Jason returned, right? And so I'm talking about Sam and Jason. And so right now, I think she was still thinking, but I'm kind of shocked she didn't change it to at least be Dante. At least, because she probably never really thought about she probably didn't know Alexis wanted to raise any more children. After raising Molly and Kristina, she probably wasn't even thinking that, probably didn't even want to put that in Alexis' hands. She's at an older age now, she probably didn't want to put that in her hands, because I think she would have definitely probably signed off on that. But I'm surprised she didn't at least change it to Dante, though. That was shocking to me. We'll never know the reason why she didn't change it. Maybe it just wasn't on her mind to change it. But I think at the time, though, it kind of made sense with Drew. This was probably when Scout was a lot younger, when she was probably still a baby. But she should have updated it, though. It's kind of weird. I definitely want to get y'all thoughts in the comment section below on this, because this was a weird one where I want to know the reasoning from Sam. I do. I want to know the reasoning from Sam. But this was interesting, y'all. So let me know in the comment section below what y'all thinking on this. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching this one. After News to Light.